Hello, I'm Jim Bratton. Today I want to talk to you about safety during concrete paving and patching operations. Whatever your job is, you will be exposed to many hazards, including vehicular traffic, heavy moving equipment, manual material handling, and noise and dust. We will discuss concrete paving safety in the context of Focus 4+1 hazards: falls, struck-bys, caught-in-betweens, electrocutions, and soft tissue injuries. We will also explain methods of controlling these hazards so that you will be prepared to do your job safely and help eliminate risk to you and to your coworkers. Falls from elevations in concrete operations are likely to occur from trucks, equipment, or at the batch plant. Same level falls may occur if a worker slips or trips over materials or debris, slippery surfaces, or while avoiding an oncoming truck or equipment. All falls, even falls from level ground, may result in abrasions, contusions, fractures, or death. One of the greatest struck-by hazards in concrete paving is the risk of being struck by construction vehicles, including loaders and backhoes, or public vehicles intruding into the work area. Workers may also be struck by materials and equipment from passing vehicles while erecting light towers or from bridge operations located overhead. In addition, workers may be exposed to flying particles and splashes of aggregate material, slurry water, and concrete during loading and unloading operations. Caught-in-between hazards include exposure to moving and rotating parts on heavy machinery and equipment. Workers may also be caught between a backing truck and a paving machine, or between other equipment and stationary objects. Workers in concrete paving operations are at risk from electrical shock when a truck or loader comes in contact with overhead power lines. Workers may also receive electrical shocks when using damaged cords, power tools, or ungrounded generators to prepare concrete forms. Soft tissue injuries, usually strains and sprains, are some of the most frequent injury types in highway, street, road work. Exposures in concrete paving operations include awkward and fixed postures, frequent heavy lifting, and overreaching and accessing equipment. The hazards we've just discussed, falls, struck-bys, caught-in-betweens, electrocutions, and soft tissue injuries can be prevented. Key to prevention is the hierarchy of hazard controls, including engineering controls, administrative controls, and personal protective equipment, in that order. For example, engineering controls used to reduce fall exposure include ensuring that steps and handrails on trucks are in place and adequately maintained, and using steps with non-skid surfaces. To help reduce struck-by hazards, it's important to provide proper methods of traffic control and ensure the use of backup alarms or proximity warning devices. Keeping debris from the work zone can reduce the potential for dangerous flying objects. Caught-in-between, another serious hazard in concrete operations, can be prevented by using machine guards to eliminate pinch points. Electrical exposures can be controlled by contacting utilities to de-energize or mark overhead power lines for increased visibility. and proper maintenance and grounding of tools and equipment. Administrative controls focus on implementing safe work procedures, such as planning and communicating separation between workers and equipment, and worker rotation. Administrative controls also emphasize using safe work practices to avoid potentially hazardous exposure. To prevent falls, walk with care on muddy, wet, or uneven surfaces. When climbing on or off a truck or construction equipment, use the steps and handholds. To prevent struck-by incidents, always be aware of your surroundings and watch for moving equipment. Use spotters for backing and dumping operations. This is one of the key administrative controls for the reduction of struck-by, caught-in-between, and electrical hazards. Reduce caught-in-between injuries by keeping safety guards on tools or equipment in place. Watch for pinch points on machines and equipment. Prepare for work by stretching to help protect yourself from soft tissue injuries. Know your limits and avoid overexertion. Remember, concrete is heavy, and you must be careful to avoid back, shoulder, or other muscle strains. Avoid poor posture and using awkward positions for any length of time. Change positions frequently. Use proper lifting techniques and take advantage of mechanical equipment to move heavy objects. Also, take advantage of mechanized equipment such as power screeds to avoid repetitive motion injuries and stress and strain on your hands and arms. The final method of hazard control in the hierarchy of controls is personal protective equipment. When you're working on a road construction site, always wear basic protection. Sturdy boots, safety glasses, hard hat, and high visibility clothing. Concrete paving operations can expose workers to many hazards: traffic, heavy equipment, and manual material handling. By paying attention to controls for traffic, as well as the safe work practices discussed in this program, you can help avoid injury and improve safety and productivity in your workplace. Remember, wherever and whenever you're working, do your best to stay safe. It's part of your job, and you owe it to yourself and your family.